interested in singing just one lesson, this is the lesson I would give them. My name's Kerry Griffiths and I've been teaching for 21 years and I've been singing for 25 years. I started singing in 1999. I had 3 years of classical training before moving into contemporary music and musical theatre. So I've studied, I've experienced, I've taught, I've travelled around the world. I've performed in more than 30 countries to thousands and thousands of people, and I've even had 3 top 10 albums. So I'm going to be sharing with you the best ways that you can sing through your entire vocal range without cracking or breaking. Now, the caveat to this is that while this is the easiest technique for singing through your range, it's the best technique for singing through your range, it's not the best technique for every genre and every style of singing. And it's only one way of singing. So even though I would teach this to everyone who's interested in singing, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it as the only way to sing. I would definitely recommend for anyone who's an ambitious singer or anyone who is serious about singing and wants to take it further, wants to perform, wants to do grades, and is a singer-songwriter, that you learn other techniques as well. This is just one of many techniques that I teach my singers, and I definitely don't teach it first. There's another one that I teach first. In fact, I teach 2 or 3 techniques before this one because you really need a good rounded voice and good lots of experience and lots of ways of using your voice and understanding your voice properly if you're to be a professional singer or even a semi-professional singer. So if you're just interested in singing and you want a simple way, you still need to practice, a simple way of singing through your range without cracking or breaking, and to improve your confidence so that you can sing the songs that you love to sing, then this is for you. So what I'm going to share with you is quite a nasally sound. The reason for this is that it's going to help you to focus the resonance in the right place. It also is fantastic for breath control, and it's really good for vocal control. So vocal control is a combination of breath control, pitching, and pitching as in being able to sing in tune, and the ability to hold a note. And this one technique covers all of those. That's why it's so great. I love it. But as I say, caveat, don't use it all the time. If you're interested in singing seriously, learn other techniques as well. We're going to start with a warm-up, of course. This is a tongue trill, so it's like rolling your R's. So if you feel like you can't do a tongue trill, even people who are tongue-tied, by the way, can do tongue trills. But if you really can't do a tongue trill, then you can sing to ooh, but do try the tongue trill because it's likely that it will get easier with practice. And we're going to sing keep going. And back down. Last one. Now, the technique that I'm going to be showing you, it's going to be the same technique for all of the exercises I give you. This is really great for contemporary singing, so it doesn't really work for classical singing. Classical singing is a completely different technique. Now, it's really best for pop, rock, and the subgenres of rock like punk, metal, indie a little bit, and it's brilliant for country. Singers like Amy Winehouse, Rihanna, Lady Gaga, and even Eminem, when Eminem kind of sings when he uses a tune, when he's vocalizing, when he comes out of rapping into the more tuneful stuff, he uses this sometimes. He also uses another technique, but he uses this sometimes. Now, it's not really great for R&B and soul and for jazz, but Amy Winehouse and Rihanna do both use this. So you can kind of play around with styles and with genres, you know, even more so these days. So have a go at this. You're going to find that it really does help to expand your vocal range eventually, and as I said earlier, to help you to sing through your vocal range without those cracks and breaks. It really helps you to hit the higher notes, and it also helps you to reach the lower notes because they're not going to get lost in your throat. So as I said, it's a kind of a nasally technique. So we're going to go for a really horrible kind of witchy, like a kid moaning kind of sound, like nah. It's like nah, 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 nah. And it needs to be really buzzy. You're going to feel it buzzing and you're going to hear that buzzy sound, nah. So when we get into the exercises, we don't want to go into a nice we don't want to go into that sound. It's not going to work. If you do that, you're going to find that your voice does crack and break. You're not going to have control over it. Your voice is going to sound weak at the top. Well, it's going to sound weak and you're going to get frustrated. So make sure that the sound is forward and it's a nasally, buzzy sound. You want it to sound witchy or like na 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 na. That's actually an exercise that I do with my younger with my younger singers as well. But we're not going to do that one. We're going to start with this one, and it's knee, and we're going to sing knee 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 knee. So it's not knee 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 knee. Don't do that. Don't try and make it sound nice. Let's not actually think of it as singing. As soon as we think that we need to start singing, that's when we start doing all kinds of weird things with our voice and trying to make it sound pretty. We don't need to do any of that, all right? It will sound, once you get it into a song, it will sound pretty. Just think of it as making silly noises and you'll find it much easier to control. So short, silly noises. Nee, 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 nee. Nee, 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 nee. Nee, 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 nee. Nee, 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 nee. Now, the other thing is that we don't want to increase the volume as we go up in pitch, okay? Because we're going to lose control. So we make short sounds for control and we keep the volume down for control. We can add the volume later when we've got the control. So we're not going nee 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 nee. Keep the same volume all the way through. So let's go from here. Nee 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 nee. Nee 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 nee. Keep it buzzy. Buzzy. Now, even though I can't hear you, I can tell you that if your voice cracked, broke, or you got a burning sensation in the front of your throat, or you needed to cough, that's because you dropped the sound, you dropped the technique and let it drop back into your throat. So we never ever want to sing from our throats. So we want the sound to be made up here and it resonates here, and that's why we want that buzzy nasally sound. Don't worry about it sounding nasal, you're just getting started. Even if you've been singing for years and you do sound nasal, I have got a tip for that in another video. I'll put it somewhere, maybe in the description if I remember, but don't worry about it. You need to make the nasally sound at first to master the technique, and then once you've got it, you can modify it and back off a little bit. However, if this is your first time, or even your fourth or fifth, if you haven't mastered the technique, in other words, if you're not able to do it without thinking about it, then you have to make it nasal in order to establish the technique. So let's come down. So we were here. Keep it nasal, buzzy. Short sounds, silly sounds. Remember, you can go lower than you think, but you never want to push it too high. Last one. Our next exercise, we're going to use the word new, and we're going to sing down into it. New, 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 new. And you can hear again that it's very buzzy, very forward. I can feel it buzzing here. I can't feel anything here. New, 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 new. And new, 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 new. 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 New, 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 new. Keep the same volume. New, 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 new. New, 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 new. New, 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 new. I sped up there, sorry. Make the face if you need to. I've made loads of videos making that silly face. Buzzy, buzzy, buzzy. Now you notice that I don't put any embellishments on it. I'm not adding vibrato. I'm not trying to make it sound nice. We're just making silly sounds to get your voice to work. Get used to hearing the different sounds that your voice can make, in particular this one, because this is a really, really great technique. I can't iterate it enough.
Okay, we're going to open it up now. So if you found the other exercises difficult, then I would recommend that you carry on practicing those. I'm going to put a link to some vocal drills that you can use. We're going to open it up now to a sound that you can carry through. But it's a longer sound. Please still don't try and think of it as singing. It's still a silly sound. And it sounds like this. Nay. So we're not singing nay, or nay, or nay. It's not supposed to sound nice, it's supposed to sound awful, all right? It's supposed to sound witchy, it's supposed to sound like nah, nah. It's supposed to sound like that. Make the face if you need to. So, nay, nay. Keep the same volume. Nay, nay, nay. Keep going. Same volume. And back down. Keep it. Say it, don't sing it. I might make that a tagline. Vocal coach who teaches not to sing. Not really. Almost there. Through your nose. Get it through your nose. You'll reach the notes. Last one. As I said before, this is one of many techniques that you can use, particularly if you are serious about singing and you're an ambitious singer who wants to sing different styles and wants to be able to make different sounds with your voice so that you can be more creative with your singing. And if you're a singer-songwriter, it also means that you can be more creative and innovative with your songwriting as well. So if you are serious about singing, I recommend taking my free 5-day singing course. You can find that in the pinned comment or in the description. Look in both. It says free 5-day singing course. Just click the link there and it will take you to the page where you can pop in your details and I'll send that directly to you. If you like what you hear here and you would like me to give you some feedback on your voice, I do have a 4-week program where I can give you feedback for 4 full weeks. I give you full vocal coaching. Now these aren't the same as one-to-one lessons, but we will have contact via email. You'll have my personal phone number so you can contact me via WhatsApp, which means that we can be in contact whenever you need support. This is continuous support, as well as you sending me the recordings of yourself singing, and I will analyse what you're doing and give you some feedback and some guidance on how to improve your singing. But if you're a complete beginner, I recommend you start with the free 5-day course. Okay, for our last exercise, we're going to open it up to a na. So again, it's not a singy sound, it's a very short sound. Say it, don't sing it. And we're going to sing the major scale. Don't worry if you don't know what that is. And we're going to sing na, say, na 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 na. If you get lost, it's 8 notes. Na 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 na, and then another 7 down. Na 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 na. Okay, here we go. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Same volume. Na 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 na. Keep going. Last one. I trust this has helped you to understand more about how you can use your voice to sing all the way through your range. And as I said at the beginning, this is also great for breath control, for pitch control, so for tuning, for vocal control, and it's also good for projection later on. Say it all, make all of the sounds on the same volume first. Once you've got that, then you can work on projection. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Stay hydrated. Ciao!